Welcome to episode 28 of Tools in the Hall. It just dawned on me as I started recording this. Would it be fun if at some point we did a Tools in the Hall live stream? Throwing that out there for you. See what you think. Please let me know in the comments if you think that would be a fun thing to do on some Sunday morning or afternoon. And we'll go through these things in real time with each other. And you guys can ask questions and I don't know, I thought it might be kind of fun. I've just gotten into live streaming lately, so try to leverage that and do more with it if it's interesting to you, so just let me know. All right, in the meantime, we got a humongous tool haul today, so get comfy, get something to eat, get a snack or a drink or something, and let's go through everything we've got. I'm kind of surrounded by tools here, so I'm going to be reaching and bending and moving all over the place. So bear with me as we try to figure out all the products that we have here. First up, these are the lock socket trays from Mechanics Time Savers, 5 rows, quarter, 3/8 and ½ inch drive. They're on a very solid tray, very heavy gauge metal. Handles on the sides, you can pick the thing up and carry it along with you when it's full of heavy sockets. I like these a lot because of that quality, and MTS, or Mechanics Time Savers, makes these for other brands too. They've been on Backorder forever. They finally just came in, and the thing I like about their stuff is that they got this really cool color option. They've got a black tray with green clips and the red tray with the black clips. So if green's an option, I tend to get it because green is good. Everyone likes green, it seems like. There's some exceptions there, but if there's a green option for a tool, I put it on the truck, and it always sells. There are some folks who prefer that color over any, and if there's something that is green, sometimes they buy it just on principle alone. Finally off a back order are maybe the best deal going in punch and chisel sets. This is a 16-piece set from Astro. It has a really good basic selection of taper punches, pin punches, center punches, and chisels. And they're $38.17. So it's no wonder they're usually on back order. And gosh, I've had people waiting for these sets for months. I'm glad they finally came in. I hope there's a regular supply because it's the lower cost option that I keep on the truck. I also sell a lot of the Mayhew punch and chisel sets, which are also outstanding quality. There's a big price difference though, and based on what people want, I can offer these other Mayhew ones up. But these are a no-brainer for, you know, lighter duty work. People use these to augment their stuff in the shop, or they buy a set and take home or whatever. They're just an outstanding value. Also from Astro is these Nano Socket Sets. These guys are upside down. Now they're right side up. These guys are pretty interesting. They're very shallow. They have a hex bolster along the base, so you can grab them with a wrench or a socket, and they also have a square drive hole for a ratchet. That's the 3/8 option, And here is the 1/2-inch option. These are the metric sets. And these are just a handy, versatile set of sockets. There are the same set under different brands. I don't know who actually manufactures them. I suspect it's Astro, but I've seen them under different brands, all the same quality, all the same item. So if you don't find one that you're looking for, check some other brands that you might be familiar with, because you might be able to find them other places. It's a restock of a Uvex face shield. This is the replacement shield for their full face protection. Handiest set of adapters ever, or handiest set of adapters ever. These guys are from Gray Pneumatic. You can also buy a similar set from Sonex. These are the low profile adapters that go on your ratchet or your impact. They tell you right on here that they don't rate them for impact use. I thought they did. Did they change the packaging? Stand by while I read. I thought they... Good, they don't. Okay, so they intend them to be used on an impact, which would be weird if Gray Pneumatic didn't, because Gray Pneumatic is all about impact stuff. And I thought their packaging, maybe I remember reading someone else's packaging on this, because there are similar sets under different brands that said they weren't impact rated. But these are. They put a lifetime warranty on them. And the great thing about this set is they're very strong, because the way these are made, this is the 1/4 to 3/8, this is the 3/8 to 1/2, and this is the 1/2 to 3/4 adapter. The anvil of your tool goes up inside the square drive. So it's much stronger, because what you don't get are the twisting forces at the base where the square drive meets the base of the adapter. And there's also magnets to hold this onto your tool on the one side. On the other side, there's magnets to hold your socket. These are also on back order for a long time, so I'm glad to see a bunch of back orders have finally come in. This is a warranty replacement for a broken swivel bracket for a Maxeon Luminator light. We buy a lot of stuff directly from Maxeon for lighting. Their under hood light bars are fantastic. They have a terrific selection of work lights. They make those small hockey puck Cyclops lights that you've seen, and their Luminator Junior work lights are fantastic. We saw a lot of those, and a guy broke the swivel where the screws into the mount on the light, and Maxeon just sent a new one. It's a handy little adapter set from Gearwrench. It's all chrome, and it has 1/4 to 3/8, 3/8 to 1/2, 1/2 to 3/8, and 3/8 to 1/4. So you have adapters that go up in size, and you have reducing adapters that go down in size. Not impact rated, they're chrome, so use them on your ratchets or hand tools only. It's got a couple of small little individual things. There's a 10mm Gearwrench wrench and a replacement battery for a Coast light. And speaking of Coast lights, they have this XP series of lights that they came out with a little while ago. These are an excellent value. This is the XP9R flashlight and the XP-H34R headlamp. 1,000 lumen rating on the flashlight and a 2,075 lumen rating on the headlamp. If you want to see some information on the entire XP lineup, click up here to see a video that I did on that. They've got excellent value in lighting, and I like their quality a lot. They put a lifetime warranty on their lights. Every light has dual power, so you can use rechargeable cells that they come with, or you can also use alkaline batteries. and they have focusing beams. So you have some functionality in their lights that you don't get in other brands because they hold those patents. The thing I like about these over Streamlight is the warranty fulfillment process. Both Streamlight and Coast have lifetime warranties, and both are excellent products. I would never badmouth Streamlight at all because I think they're excellent. The difference is if Streamlight light breaks, we have to send it to Streamlight, and then you're without a light for however long it takes them to turn it around and send it back. With these guys, I can just hand you a new one on the truck. And here's an XP11R from Coast. I really wish that they didn't have this packaging though. This is a new package designed for them. This old one is much easier to display on the truck, and if somebody needs to lay their hands on the light, I just open the box and hand it to them. This thing it's got a cardboard sleeve there, but you open that up and there's a blister pack that they've sealed that light in. So in order for someone to get their hands on the light, I got to bust open a blister pack. That hurts. I don't like doing that because you can't put it back right, and then it looks used, and it does not display well, and it puts me as a retailer in a bad position because then I can't properly display the product and then repackage it for sale easily. So perhaps the best, most affordable, greatest performing die grinder of all time? That's a strong claim. This is a 205 QL from Astro. It has a quick lock button on the back there. You push that button and it locks the collet, so you only need one wrench to fasten and remove your backing pads or your carbide burrs. It's got a composite body so it doesn't get cold. And the motor is 0.35 horsepower, which means it's pretty strong. And I have sold a number of these to fabricators who use them for extended periods. They all have great things to say about them. The thing they like most is there's no hand fatigue when they use them for a long time. And they'll use these all day, every day if they're doing metal work and stuff like that. So it has a seal of approval from guys that really put them to the test, and I go a lot on what my customers tell me based on how they use stuff. If the guys are going to use these things regularly every day, who rely on pro-grade stuff, get that kind of use out of it, I'm a fan, and I will forever be putting it on the truck and touting it as best I can, because I really do believe that it's a great deal. Milwaukee has your best friend if you're doing PMs and you have to grease stuff up like tractors or trailers. This is the M12 grease gun. This is the kit that comes with batteries, a charger, and a bag. And this has 8,000 PSI of pressure. And as one road tech put it to me, who does PMs on trailers and diesel trucks, he said after he bought one, it makes doing PMs fun again because he doesn't have to drag his air hose. He's certainly not going to do it manually. Tell me, how many grease fittings are on a tractor cab or a trailer? And then multiply that times however many you have to do a day when you're out in a nasty, dusty yard in the sun. The last thing you want to do is struggle with your tool. This one gives you a level of convenience and operability that you otherwise have. So I'm a big fan of these. I think that when you compare these to other cordless ones like Lincoln, these tend to be better quality, and nobody has a warranty or stands behind it like Milwaukee does. On most every tool they have 5-year warranties. This one is no exception. On their extended capacity batteries, they have 3-year warranties, and their standard capacity batteries, 2-year warranties. A customer who is buying that grease gun is also buying this from me. This is from LTI. It's a brake caliper compressor, and this one is kind of it's an older design. This one's been around a long time, and the reason why he needed this one, because he needs a certain amount of clearance, and I think this one will do it for him. I'm not sure until we actually try it. So there's going to be a little bit of an experiment when I get this to him on Wednesday, and we'll see if it actually fits the bill or not. A lot of companies have this style. It's been around a long time. I think it's interesting that it comes from a company that comes from LTI. LTI makes a lot of like lockout kits and stuff. They don't. I never thought of them for, you know, piston compressors and stuff, but I think they're one of the few that has that design. I've got a couple of these. This is the 84-piece metric and standard Hex and Torx Bit Socket Set from Gearwrench. This is their master set. It has long and short Hex and Torx bits, has tamper-proof Torx bits, and external Torx sockets. Very popular set because of the price. I did a video earlier today, as a matter of fact, that went up live. Click up here if you want to see me step in it with a few fanboys. I compared this set to some offerings in the SnapOn flyer, and I talked about why SnapOn put the products in their flyers the way they did and why they priced them the way they did, and then I used this one as a comparison to that. And I made a few people angry with that one. I didn't mean to make anyone mad, but you know, there are some people who say that, you know, Gearwrench and Blue Point are made in Taiwan. It's worth the extra money to pay whatever it costs to buy a U.S.-made version of a tool. And that's fair. If that's how you'd like to spend your money, you go right ahead. You are welcome to spend it however you want without outward judgment from me. We all judge each other. Who's kidding who? Hang on. Yeah, I'm going to do this in order to tease that other video. And, you know, by the time this one comes up, you may have already seen that other video. So if you've seen the video where I talk about the June 2022 SnapOn flyer, then you know what I'm talking about. On page 6, they've got a 37-piece press bit socket set, very similar to the Gearwrench one I just showed you. The price on this, though, is $986. What? But you look just below, and they have an 87-piece for $423.90. And I've had comments that say, well, you know, the SnapOn branded stuff is made in the U.S. This is a Blue Point branded one. It's made in Taiwan or China. That may very well be true. I don't know the country of origin of that 37-piece set. Sorry, the dogs are barking at the FedEx guys, so stand by while FedEx drops off. See, it's all right, dogs, stand down. We need them to conduct business. And away they go. Thanks, FedEx. This has not been a great day for shooting a video. A lot of things going on. Anyway, I don't know the country of origin of this set. I know that this is a Blue Point set. I think it comes from Taiwan or China. The Gearwrench set also originates in Taiwan. And there are some people who will buy the made in USA version of something if it's available. And I applaud that. I wish that economics dictated that all of us could, but many times it does not. And when there's a significant cost difference, sometimes it means that we buy from some other country of origin. But when you look at this this deal in this flyer. The reason this is absurd is because this drives a purchasing decision for you to buy this set here, because this one looks so much better by comparison, because you get more than twice as much, less than half the cost, right? You get a bargain, don't you? No, you don't, because it's still too expensive. That 84-piece set from Gearwrench I have for $228 on the truck. You can buy that elsewhere if you like, Home Depot, Amazon, wherever, for less than that. But I show you these things by comparison just to show that it's easy to get blinded into believing that you have limited choices. If the only truck you get that pulls up to your shop is a SnapOn truck, and he rolls in with this flyer, and you see this kind of pricing, and you see this pricing over and over and over and over again, and it's all you see that gets you used to pricing at this level. And it might give you the false sense that everything has to be that expensive. It does not. You can save yourself some money if you shop a little more. Look for deals and bargains. Don't be fooled into making a false choice or some perceived value like SnapOn's trying to have you do by driving your decision to buy that 87-piece for $400-something. There are better options for you out there. I know that there's a level of convenience that you get with tool trucks, and that's how we all kind of justify the higher prices for all of our tools, but sometimes it's just not worth it. Can you get legitimately good deals on any tool truck? Oh, sure you can, yeah. And that's why it pays to be patient and shop around. I've been eager to see this because for a long time, I only saw these under the SnapOn brand. This is from Calvan Tools. It's a small, light-duty slide hammer. It has a 2-pound slide hammer on it and a bunch of small attachments that you can use for all kinds of interesting things. And for a long time, I only knew the SnapOn one. And then somebody pointed this one out to me, and I ordered it, and I think I ordered this thing back in, I don't know, I want to say 5 months ago, 6 months ago maybe. This was in the backorder pit of despair for the longest time. Finally just came in. Glad it did, because I'm dying to get this thing on the truck. I want to show it off and get people's opinions on it, because I think it'll be a really good seller. If you need a jump box, I will show you 2 different products. One is the jump and carry box from Chlor Automotive, and the other is this from Noko. I like Noko over Chlor for a couple of reasons. One of them is these are way smaller and lighter to get the same peak amperage out of than the Chlor ones. This Noko is rated for an 8-liter gas engine or a 6-liter diesel engine. And just the portability and the weight savings of these makes them pretty compelling. The pricing is not that much different. They run a little bit more than the Chlor ones do. But not so much that it makes it prohibitive. I think when people ask me for recommendations, I will recommend the Noko one. And I can compare that because we have, I don't know, I can get Schumacher, Noko, the jump and carries from Chlor. I get a few different brands of jump boxes. Excuse me. A few different brands of jump boxes. So depending on what availability is, depending on people's budget, whatever, it'll all dictate what they get. Now, this is the one from Chlor. This is the jump and carry. And there are a couple of different versions. Oof. Oh my goodness. There are a couple of different versions of this. This is the one that's a little more expensive than some others you might have seen. You've seen this same box branded for Mac and I think some other tool truck companies as well. This one has the digital display, and around the back, oh my goodness, is right here the plug for charging. This is a nicer design than their other less expensive model that has an analog gauge and a more exposed plug. The damage I've seen to those is pretty consistent. People push the gauge in and that breaks, and then they damage the plug. So because it's recessed and protected around back, you don't have that issue to worry about, and you also don't have the same issue with the gauge on this one. So I think as far as a jump and carry boxes are concerned, this is the better choice. But as far as jump boxes in general are concerned, you have a tremendous weight savings with the Noko boxes, and they perform very well. When you buy a jump and carry box, something to note: they have a 1-year warranty, and most guys that I know of don't know that this exists, and they wind up taking the manual and tossing it. Do not do that until you open it up and take out your service coupon. Out of warranty, any damage at all whatsoever, doesn't matter. They give you a coupon for $100. And what you do is you send in your broke unit, in or out of warranty. Then they tell you right on it. Doesn't matter if you run it over the truck. Does not matter how it has come to be in the condition it's in. Send them $100 with this coupon, and they will repair and or replace it for you. So do not throw this away. If you get one of these, they tuck it in the manual. So I know most people just toss that thing, but please hang on to it. You have a coupon that you may very well need. It sure beats buying a new unit, because these things are not cheap. And I always make sure to tell my customers to hang on to that documentation, because obvious reasons. More heavy stuff. All right, here we are. Need try that again. Need 239 pieces of awesome. This guy here from Gearwrench. This guy here from Gearwrench fits the bill. It's got everything. Oh. Out of this new format for doing tool hauls, I used to handhold the camera. Now I'm not, man. It makes me work harder. 239 pieces. It's got 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2-inch drive sockets, ratchets. It's got a bunch of wrenches. This one has a bit selection that some of the other kits don't have. There's a few different versions of this kit. It's and depending on exactly what you want will dictate which one you choose. It comes in a blow molded case. The top of this flips open, and then it has drawers that lock in place. And when you pull open the locks, the drawers slide out. It's a very handy, rather portable set. I know many guys that have bought these and put them in their work trucks. Some just leave them on top of their toolboxes in the shop. And it's an easy, fast, convenient, well-organized way to get to a lot of your common tools. All right, what else is heavy? I think that's the heaviest stuff we got. Full of edits in this video today. Smooth, professional. Here we go. The 18-inch version of the strap wrench and the 12-inch version of the strap wrench. These are from KTool. These are have a hefty aluminum handle and a nylon web strap that goes in there for a ton of leverage on a handle like this, as well as one like this. And these are not common items for me. I got these because I'm trying to help a customer out who is having some difficulty with a strap wrench he has from SnapOn. They gave him a kind of a hard time warranting it. And it's not SnapOn, it's his dealer. He has a new dealer, and this guy I don't think really knows the ropes yet, and he doesn't know all the procedures. And what he offered for replacement was not the one he had, and he's having some difficulties with him. So he asked me to help him out with that, and I said, look, I'm happy to do what I can here and give him some incentives. Like I can offer him a BOGO deal because he wants a strap wrench and then a backup. So I was going to get him 2 for the price of 1. And then I also offered these strap wrenches here. Excuse me, I'm itchy. These strap wrenches here, which have really long handles on them, so he gets way more leverage, because it's something that he didn't think about until I mentioned it to him. I said, will this design be adequate for you? And the one that he had was just that one that has that cylindrical piece with a strap that comes off of it, and then you can use a breaker bar, not a ratchet, to work your workpiece loose. And he said, hey, you know, maybe that longer handle might do me some good because I need some extra leverage. So I said, okay. So I got these for him to check out. We'll see if they fit the bill. If not, I've got some different ones coming in. I'll give him a little BOGO deal if he wants. This is the digital tire inflator from Astro. This is the blue. They have a green option now as well. It's kind of cool. And the thing I like about this is the higher flow rate than the Milton ones, and it has a nice braided hose with some good strain relief that comes off of the unit. I think that the quality on this one is higher than the Milton one. Pricing is a little bit less too. So as far as I know, that's the same one that SnapOn sells under their Blue Point brand. Very reliable. I like the fact that it uses AAA batteries instead of those round flat watch style batteries. Easier to access and change out a battery too. Oh, this is a ratchet repair from Milwaukee. There are so many different styles of stud removers. Sometimes it can be hard to keep track of what there is. This one is a kit that has removers and stud installers in the same case. The way these work is these are threaded, and they thread onto the stud, and there's a jam nut that you can adjust the depth that you put these over, that adjusts the depth that the stud goes into the installer or the remover for. A lot of guys prefer this design. I first saw these, I want to say about 6 years ago, and was rather interested in them. And then when I found out that these guys make them, then I started getting them on the truck, and they've been pretty popular. I have a customer who specifically asked for this one because he used the design, I think, from one of his coworkers, and really liked it. Every now and then I get somebody who is more budget-minded than most folks, and when money's tight, we need some options to offer up to people that they feel pretty good about. And oftentimes Titan is the brand that I go to for that, because their stuff is priced very nicely. Quality isn't bad as long as we understand what it is we're getting, and I have some familiarity with the quality of the product, and I can feel good about recommending it. I think Titan's ratchets are actually rather good, and their bit sets and stuff. They also have a half decent selection of hand tools, and they have this set of extra long tamper-proof Torx keys. And the reason why I'm getting these is this one, not because money was a concern. It was because they were one of the only ones I could find like it. Titan actually kind of had a fit a niche there that no one else was touching. So those are going to a customer, and guess how much that cost? Tool truck price. What would you expect to pay for that? If you said $49.31, well, congratulations, you're right. They also have this set of Torx screwdrivers. And this is a 6-piece set that's going to a guy who does not have much money, and he needed these screwdrivers, and he asked me what I could do for him there. So we went through a bunch of options, and again, Titan came out. Dog. And again, Titan came out on top, and he asked for these specifically for $45.94. Titan puts warranties on all their stuff. They're fairly easy to deal with. Sometimes their warranty process needs a little managing. We sent off something to them a while ago now, and they haven't gotten it back to us yet. So, they were a phone call or two away from getting things right. So they increased the management overhead and the administrative overhead a little bit, but this stuff is bargain tier. So what do you give up? Oftentimes what you give up is service. And if you were paying twice as much for those from a different brand, would service be better? Yeah, it would. I'd probably be able to swap them out for you. With Titan, I have to send them to Titan to get stuff taken care of, and then it's phone calls and emails and everything else to continually follow up with that. So when you look at the additional expense that I incur and the additional downtime that it incurs, is it worth it? If your only factor is money, it might very well be. But if you can afford a little bit more, get yourself up in a higher tier that is not just pro grade for the quality of the tool, but also for the quality of the service, and there's plenty of other brands that are way easier to deal with. This is kind of cool. A customer bought some stubby Torx bits from me, and Vim makes some really cool offerings. I don't know if anyone else that really has what they have. So he bought the Torx ones and loved them, and he asked him if I can get him the Hex ones. So Vim has what they call these half-cut sockets, and these are in focus now. These are the Hex set, and he already has the Torx set. And the drive size on these is all 3/8. And he needed the standard set, which this one is, and it runs from 3/16 on the small size all the way up to 3/4 on the large size. And the really nice thing about this is you get a little more for your money than just the bits. They come on this magnetic rail, and Vim makes these rails and they sell them by themselves, but they're kind of expensive, as good as they are. And they have these little round posts. So the socket doesn't lock onto the post, it snaps onto the magnet. Very cool. But it's not that expensive for what you get. When you look at the quality of the socket and the nice mag rail, these are $88. That's a tool truck price. This is a restock of the Gearwrench 2-piece compact head ratchet set. Both of these ratchets have a 3/8 drive. So this little guy down here, the ratchet itself is the size of a 1/4 inch, but you have the 3/8 drive on it. So the benefit to that is you can save yourself some money in buying sockets and ratchets. One 3/8 drive socket set gives you way more versatility with a ratchet like this than if you just had to buy a 1/4 inch ratchet and 1/4 inch sockets. So it gives you some options there, and this is a very popular set because of it. It's not very expensive. I think normally on the truck this is like $72. And the nice thing about being an independent tool guy is I can give you all kinds of brand choices. Lisle has a Torx socket set. This one specifically is a Torx Plus set, which means that the points on the stars on the Torx bits are shorter and rounded off or squared off on the end. So these are made to fit certain fasteners that regular Torx bits don't fit. And if you work on any of the Ford aluminum bodied trucks after 2017, you need a bed bolt socket that is made specifically for those bolts. And it's a Torx Plus, and they also have some of these that are required for some other stuff on some GMs, I think. You know, like there's a seatbelt anchor bolt that you need a Torx Plus driver for, and some other things. Highly specialized. Not widely adopted at all in the industry. Oh, and they show you here on the back exactly what the Torx Plus layout is compared to a regular Torx layout. So you can see that they're wider, they're a little stouter, they're rounded off a little bit more. So they won't fit where regular Torx fits. So look a little closely at your fastener to make sure it's a Torx or a Torx Plus. Rarely will it be a Torx Plus, but if it is, you might go out of your mind wondering why your Torx doesn't fit. There's a restock on some of the Coast pen lights. These are the HP3R lights. The newer version comes with this bite ring. I think that's quaint. Seems like a throwback. That's so you can hold it in your teeth without hurting yourself. It's just a rubber sleeve that goes over the bottom of the light. I don't know. Use a headlamp, I guess. I don't know. I'm a big fan of headlamps anyway. Not that I'm trying to dissuade you from buying a Coast pen light. I'm not. But the bite ring, I think, is just an interesting addition to a light. The fact that they're putting them in now in their new iteration of the light and not their old ones, I think is kind of funny. These are the very popular Gearwrench bolt biter extractor sockets. These are used for damaged bolt heads. This is the smaller set that they have. They have a set larger than this and a master set even larger than that one. The great thing about the bolt biters is that they've nailed two different ideas here. One of them is they use straight flutes on here instead of twisted flutes, so you can use these for left or right-handed threads, which also means you can remove and refasten fasteners using these. If you're in a pinch and don't have a replacement bolt for it, you can use these to refasten that. And they have what they call minus sizes or undersized ones. So let's say you rounded off a bolt head to the point where your 10 millimeter no longer fits. That's okay. They have a 10 minus, which is slightly smaller. That will fit. Their master set is loaded with the regular sizes and their minus sizes sockets so that you can fit just about anything. This guy here just has a standard selection of your common sizes. When you get the larger sets, you have more and more minus sizes all the time. And you just increase the versatility. They also came out with a nut setter version of these. It has a quarter drive quick connect hex shank that you can use in your driver. And they have deep versions of these sockets too. So they're growing the line. I like to see that because these are rather popular. About half the price of the Irwin extractor set, and they put lifetime warranties on them. So I'm a big fan because why would you spend more? There's no reason to. Don't do it. Shop for the bargains. And when I say bargain, I use that term loosely because we're a tool truck. Bargain. Easy Red has these popular neck lights in red and green. Use them around your neck or your noggin if you need a headlamp. Instead, the light heads on these work independently. They charge independently with a Y cable that comes included in the package, and the light heads swivel, and you can turn them on and off separately. Easy Red also has these really nice, what they call a quarter stick. They have this 12-inch long one, and they also have a 4-inch long one. Very slender, low profile, elegant design. On the one head, they have a hex receiver, and you can see the magnet in the bottom there, boop, to hold your bit. So you can use any of your quarter drive hex bits in here. And then on this end has a 1/4-inch square drive, so you can use any of your 1/4-inch ratchets or sockets. Locking flex head on them. Here's a little lock here. And they have a reversible switch on them too. I mean, they pack a lot of functionality into this little guy. Long handle for better leverage. Low profile for easy access. They sell this with a 4-inch version in a kit that comes with a bunch of bits and sockets. And it's a rather nice deal. Or you can just buy them individually. They put a lifetime warranty on them. Are you going to break them? Yeah, they're 1/4 drive. Of course you are. It's okay. I'll just give you new ones when you do. This is the master screwdriver set from Gearwrench. I know you've seen these on lots of other tool haul videos. This is the 20-piece set that has a whole selection of your regular slotted and Phillips bits. It also has 6 micro drive screwdrivers and 2 stubbies. Very popular kit. So it's one that I try to keep on the truck all the time. Like so many other things, this has been on back order for a while, but now they're starting to roll in again. Because I got customers that want a couple of those, so those are going to be going off the truck just as soon as they come on. We got a repair of a Milwaukee multi-volt charger. This was a warranty. They just replaced it under warranty. You've seen this in other tool haul videos too. This is the 38-piece bit set from Sonex that comes with a 1/4 drive ratchet and a really nice array of 1/4 drive bits. Phillips slotted, hex, Torx, tamper-proof Torx. This even has a little extension in there. Very popular set. I sell the snot out of that one. And Milwaukee's got some pretty good pry bars. This is a 4-piece set. They have striker caps on them so you can hit them with a hammer and feel good about it. Curved tip. This one has an 8, a 12, an 18, and a 24-inch pry bar in them, and pretty easy to handle under warranty if you ever snap the tip, which I've seen a couple of times. I can just hand you a new one. I've never seen the I-beam on these break, and there's an I-beam design. I don't know if you can see it in the package. Instead of using square stock, yeah, you can kind of see it right there. They use an I-beam design. I don't know if it actually does any good or if it's just a marketing thing, but whatever. They're good pry bars that are less expensive than the Mayhew ones. I can't tell you that Mayhew's better quality, but Mayhew is made in the USA. And if that matters to you, then for a small price difference, you can get a made in USA pry bar set as opposed to the Milwaukee ones. Forma funnels. This is the large, and this is the standard. These are flexible funnels that allow you to redirect fluids that are coming out of a vehicle, and you can direct them over and around obstacles and into your drain pan. They have this vinyl coating that is a coating over an aluminum sheet, so you can move this around and form it any way you want. You might be thinking, that looks silly. Why would I want that? Oh, son. They might look silly, but here's why you would want that. Because they allow you to do your job in a way that will save you time, not just in how long it takes to drain fluid, because fluid is going to drain at its own rate, but if you can avoid making a mess, that means that you're not going to be spending time cleaning up nearly as much as you would if you had fluids all over the floor or dripping down the undercarriage of a car. And because of that, it's going to give you a few extra minutes per car per day. And those few extra minutes will translate into other ways that you can save time and gain some efficiencies. And when you do, the next thing you know, you're servicing more cars. And when you do that, you're making more money. So the whole idea behind the $30 cost of a Forma funnel is to have it give you a level of efficiency you wouldn't otherwise have and allow you to earn a little more money. You put an efficiency initiative in your arsenal like a Forma funnel, and then you couple that with some organizational efficiencies, and you couple that with, you know, I don't know, a work table that you can wheel right next to you to keep your tools handy, and you do these things that over time create more time in your day and allow you to service more vehicles. So most people who flag hours for a living understand very quickly the benefit and the necessity for efficiency, because that does actually mean that you'll be making more money. And that's just one of the tools in a whole bunch of tools that you can bring into your shop to work faster and better and earn more money. I don't know why my customer wanted this, but he did. So I had a customer who was on the truck last week, and he said, "Do you have a neck light?" I think, "Yep." And I showed him the Easy Red neck lights. He goes, "No." "Do you have any others?" I'm like, "Well, I do, but I don't have them on the truck." So I showed him this in the flyer. This is from KTool. It's very similar to the Easy Red, a slightly different design. This one's water resistant. It's flexible. It has a magnet on the bottom so you can mount it to, you know, metallic surfaces. And he insisted on getting this one instead of the Easy Red one that I had on the truck. I don't know. People have their own preferences. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know if he didn't like something about the Easy Red. He didn't say so. But this is the one that he wanted. So that's the one he's getting. One of my customers is getting the long reach ratchet from Milwaukee. This is the M12. Well, they don't have any other kind. This is the M12 long reach. I really wish that Milwaukee would put their next initiative into this ratchet and make it high speed and shrink the head on it like you did for your other high speed ratchets. So Milwaukee, I know you're fans of my channel and you hang on my every word. Would you mind doing that? I think you'd have a much more compelling offering there, because as it is, most customers I know that need a long reach ratchet will SnapOn one, because the head is much smaller. And I don't know what the RPM is for the SnapOn one, but it can't be much different from the Milwaukee one. The Milwaukee high-speed ratchets are terrific. They're over twice as fast as the old version. They're the fuel brushless motors that they use in them. And the head is much smaller than the older version, so that it's much easier to get them in tight spaces. And for some reason, Milwaukee has not done that with their long-reach ratchets. I wish they would. Bam! What's this, you say? This is a cat. Right here. Cattail. Yes? I'm sorry you just got that in your face. Vampire Tool makes some really cool specialty pliers, and they have this set of super combo scissors. Why are these so super? They have a flat blade for box cutting. They have serrations on one of the blades. They have a wire cutter, and they have a really heavy pair of cutting shears. Big handles, making them comfortable. They have a little clip for the end there to keep them closed and keep you safe. And these have been selling like crazy. I bought an initial batch about a month or so ago. And then they were on back order. But they just came in again, so now I've got them. It's been kind of a weird week for Torx bits and Torx sockets. I have another one here from KTool, and I think the cool thing about this particular tool haul is that you see all the different brand options I have for the same tools. KTool, Lisle, Vim, whoever else. I mean, Titan. You know, if you need Torx bits, Torx drivers, and all the rest of it, we can shop for availability, we can shop for price, we can shop for all kinds of criteria and find you what you need. We got a repaired Milwaukee die grinder. Oh, these are kind of cool. This is a crow's foot wrench. I'm going to let you look at this for a while. Square drive hole and a square drive with a ball retainer. Why do they have this on the end? Can anyone guess? I'll let you think on that one for a minute. Why would you have a square drive on the bottom of a crow's foot? I know why the hole's there, obviously, but why is that there? And the head on this is spring-loaded. I guess guys use these for ball joints and some other handy things. These are also, this is like the Backorder bonanza here. These were on Backorder forever, and they put them in the flyer, so people were interested in them, and of course I couldn't deliver them. That was a bummer. If you know why they have a ball detent square drive on the bottom, leave it in the comments. But I bet most of you haven't made it this far into the video. But I know I've got some die-hard fans who have. I thank you. Leave in the comments what you think that's there for. Oh, here's something else that's... If you work on Harley Davidsons, you're going to need a special tool for their rocker box. And Lang makes one. So I bought it for the guy. And he says, that's not the right tool. And I said, say what now? Apparently, I did not know at the time that Lang has a couple of different versions of the Harley rocker box wrench. And the reason you need them is because it's a very tight space, and they have a wrench that's specially made for the job. This one has a socket on the end of it. I also don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to see. I'm going to give this to him Tuesday and see what he thinks. There were only this one and the other one that I got him that he said was not right. So I don't know if he needs them or not. I don't know. And if these aren't right, I have no idea what he would use, because only Lang makes those that I know of. Oh, there's a bunch of little things here. This is a creeper seat. Hope I'm not hitting the microphone. Sorry if I am. This is a creeper seat from Gearwrench. Why is it in the box? It's in the box because if I take it out of the box and assemble it, I might drop it again. I don't want to do that. Their pricing on those is rather good when you compare them to the Sonex ones or the Whiteside ones. All are excellent, but the pricing on the Gearwrench one is particularly good. And the great part about that seat is it's a nice tractor seat. So it cradles your tuchus there, and you can sit on them for a long, long time in real comfort. The customer who bought that has back and leg problems, has some nerve issues. He asked me if I could recommend something that he could sit on for a prolonged period of time in some degree of comfort. And I said, I know exactly which one you need. There's this one from Gearwrench. Sonex has the same one. Whiteside has a similar one. I don't know who the manufacturer actually is, but they're all identical. And in fact, I bought one years ago for my wife, so she could roll around on it, and because she has bad knees, so she needed to spend a lot of time off her knees, so I bought her one. And they roll around easily. They're so comfortable, in fact, that we rolled it into the kitchen, and it's actually one of the preferred kitchen table seats that we have because it's so comfy. The other ones that we have are just hardwood chairs, and this one is so nice to sit on. It has an adjustable pedestal that raises up and down using a little... and this one has magnetic storage trays underneath. There's a round base that has these sections in it that you can use for storing parts and small tools and things. So it's a very handy, versatile stool. And the nice thing about their casters are they're large enough that they can roll pretty easily on uneven surfaces. So most any shop floor would not be a problem at all for that particular seat. That's most everything. There's a few small things I didn't get to, but you know, I don't think you want to see individual sockets. Hey, thanks for watching. Please leave a note in the comments if you would like to do a tool haul live sometime. I think that might be kind of fun. There's a really good crew of folks that I've come to know in the online community here, and a lot of folks get involved in the live streams and all, and I have been having a ton of fun getting to know people and interacting in real time with people, so I think that might be fun to do. So one of the next installments, if you think it'll be a good idea, we'll do that. And also keep watching, because I've got some new videos for things. I don't know where that thought went right out of my head. I've got a few new air tools that came in on the workbench. So I have an Ingersoll 3/8 drive that I got to look at. That's got some wonky problems on it, including a problem where the selector valve and the switch aren't matching up, and there might be some stripped gears in there or something. So we're going to tackle that. I'll do a video on that air tool repair. We also have a broken SnapOn air hammer that came in, and another older version of an Ingersoll impact. This is Austin, my cat. So thanks so much for watching. Do me a favor. He's standing on the keyboard. Oh, kitty. Oh, meow. Is it that bad? So do me a favor. Click down. Click somewhere to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, use a tool. Don't be one.